Hi, my name is Franz and welcome to this course on creating responsive websites. In this lesson, we are going to be looking at organizing content using lists. We will be going through some slides explaining each list, and once we are finished, we will apply what we have learned in the editor. In HTML, there are three different types of lists depending on how content needs to be grouped together: unordered lists, ordered lists, and description lists. The flexibility and utility of lists make them among the most commonly used HTML elements because they're actually great for organizing things like menus, form elements, product information, really any content that needs to be grouped together. But you will see more of this as we progress with the course. The UL element is for grouping a collection of items that do not have a numerical ordering, and the order in the list is meaningless. The LI element is used to display each item within our unordered list element. Unordered list items are displayed with a bullet, but the bullet style, like a dot, a circle, or a square, is defined in the cascading style sheet. There are no limitations to nested lists within the UL element. There can be a mixed combination of ordered and unordered lists. The OL element is used for grouping a collection of items that do have numerical ordering. The LI element is used to display each item within our ordered list element. Ordered list items are displayed as letters or numbers. The type attribute specifies the kind of marker to use in the list. 1 is the default value, decimal numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Lowercase a is alphabetically ordered list, lowercase. Uppercase a is alphabetically ordered list, uppercase. Lowercase I is Roman numbers lowercase. Uppercase I is Roman numbers uppercase. The start attribute specifies the start value of an ordered list, and the reversed attribute specifies that the list order should be descending. There are no limitations to nested lists within the OL element. There can be a mixed combination of ordered and unordered lists. The DL element represents a description list, and within the DL element, the DT element identifies a term in the description list, and the DD element indicates the description of the term in the list. The element encloses a list of groups of terms and descriptions that we will look at further in our brackets editor later in this lesson. Single term and description, multiple terms, single description, single term, multiple descriptions. Common uses for this element are to implement a glossary or to display metadata. In our brackets browser, we are going to make sure that we are in our format text and page content project folder. And in this lesson, we are going to create a HTML page from scratch and add each list manually. Right-click in your Project Explorer and select New File from the Explorer right-click menu and create a file called lists.html and press enter on your keyboard. The lists.html file should now be open in your editor, and you should see it under our working files heading. We are going to use the HTML skeleton to create a basic skeleton that we will customize and save. So click on the HTML skeleton icon, select basic and click on done. Let's set our language attribute to EN and give our document a title of lists. Save the document when you are completed. Inside our body element, we are going to create our main heading and we'll call it lists using the H1 element. Below our H1 element, we will then create two subheadings called ordered lists and unordered lists. I'm going to create my first H2 element for the ordered lists heading. Now, instead of following the same process for my unordered lists heading, I will use the brackets shortcut key Ctrl+D to create a duplicate of my unordered list heading and then just change the text inside the element. The Ctrl+D shortcut key will come in very handy, for example, if you have to create lists where you will use the same element like the ally tag, as you will see shortly. Underneath our unordered lists heading, we will start our list using the UL tag. Nested within the UL tag will be our list items that we will display using the LI element. I am going to call my first list item 1. Now let's repeat our list 5 times, and because I don't want to go and repeatedly type the syntax for each list, I will use the Ctrl+D shortcut key to create duplicates of my first list. Now I just need to go back and change the text for each list in my LI element. Mine is quite easy because I only need to change the number at the end. Save the document and let's preview it in our browser using the live preview icon. As you can see, we have created our first unordered list. But now we want to also create a nested list underneath item 5. It is very easy, and we are just going to repeat the steps for our unordered list. Close the browser window and go back to brackets. We will start our unordered list for menu item 5 with the UL element, and we will place it before the closing LI tag of item 5. Within our new UL element, we will create our first sub item using the LI element, and let's call it sub item 1. Again, we will use Ctrl+D to duplicate our list element and just change the value for each sub item when we are completed. Save the document and let's preview it in our browser using the live preview icon. As you can see, we have now created a nested unordered list below item 5. Next, I'm going to show you how to create an ordered list, and for this tutorial and to save us some time, I'm going to cheat a little bit. Close the browser window and go back to your brackets editor. We are going to select the unordered list and copy and paste it underneath our ordered list heading. To change our unordered list to an ordered list, we will change the open and closing tags of our UL element to an OL element. Once you are completed, save the document and click on the live preview button. As you can see, we have created our first ordered list using the default lowercase numerical value. close the browser, and in a previous slide we have mentioned that we can use the type attribute to change the kind of marker to use in the list. So for this exercise, let's change the type of our first OL list to alphabetically ordered list uppercase, and our nested list to alphabetically ordered list lowercase. Once you are completed, save the document and click on the live preview button. As you can see, we have changed our ordered list using the type attribute to an alphabetically ordered list using upper and lowercase letters. Close the window, and back in our brackets editor we are going to add two more attributes. Let's add start equals 5 in our first OL list, which means that our numbering should start with the 5th letter in the alphabet, namely E. Let's also add the reversed attribute to our second OL list, which will display the numbering of the list in reverse. Once you are complete, save the document and click on the live preview button. As you can see, we have changed our ordered list so that the numbering starts at E, and we have also reversed the numbering of our nested list. I don't want to spend more time on lists, so I've created a descriptions-lists.html file that you can refer to get an idea on how to implement and use this element. It is straightforward, and I don't think you will have any problems understanding it. This is the end of our lessons on lists. Thank you for watching, and remember, if you experience any problems, please do not hesitate to contact us.